Welcome to Code Jargon. If today is your first time watching our video, please kindly go back and then start from the video number 1. That's setting up of the Android Studio on your machine, and then follow the subsequent videos to get to this page so that you understand the reason why we got to this stage. In case you've not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel and then turn on the notification button so that if we upload a new content, you'll be notified, and also we can be on the same page with us. Today, we are going to look at how to use BackPress in Android app development. Why do we need a BackPress? With the help of BackPress, if the user doesn't use the close button that we've provided in our app, and the person or the user decide to use the back button on the device, we are supposed to close the current activity or the current page in our app. In Kotlin, we can use handling BackPress callback to do that. Using it in Compose UI, it becomes a lot of work. Today, I'm going to show you the shortcuts or the easiest way to handle the BackPress in your Android app. So what we are going to do is we are going to add the modal draw navigation drawer in our app. That's what we are going to do now. And I'm not going to explain everything because I've done video on that, how to integrate the modal navigation drawer feature in your Android app. So in case you've not watched that video, please kindly go back and then watch that video to understand it. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to add the modal navigation drawer to our Android app now. So for us to do that, we have to add a drawer state. So you have to add a drawer state. Then you have to add a remember drawer state. Okay. So we have to give it a default value. That's the drawer opening. We need to import something. We have handled all these things in our previous video, so you can go and watch that video. Then you shouldn't forget about our scope. We will definitely need it, so we have to add that one to it. So scope. Okay, so we add our remember coroutine scope. Then we are going to add, let me indent our code very well. Yes. So now we are going to add the model. Okay. So now let's add our model to it. We are going to have model navigation drawer. Yes. And it gives us this content. And as I've said in our previous videos, that you don't need to keep all the properties in off head. You don't need to do that. We can use the tooltip for an assistant. So you just place the cursor on it, you wait for some few seconds, it gives you all the properties that you need to know. Okay. So now let's disable the gesture. Let's disable the gesture to false. And then also let's add our drawer state. So let's add our drawer state. Then we have our drawable state here. Then we are done. So now what we are going to add is to add the drawable content. Okay, so that's what we are going to do for now. Let me put a cursor on it. Okay, so we have the content here, and then we have our draw content. Okay, so whatever we add here is what we are going to show in our app. So for example, let's add a text to it. So let me import it. Okay, let's add a string. Okay, welcome to Hope Jogging. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, we don't need to import any library that we want to use. So let's run the app and make sure that everything is working perfect before we continue. Yes. And yeah, we are having some, there's a transparent layout on top of welcome to code jogging. Yes, because default we are opening the drawable. So let's close it. Now let's run the code again. Yes. So now we are going to add a button or a menu button. That's when the user click on it. Then it will open the modal navigation drawer. Okay. So for us to do that, we are going to add top bar. So for us to do that, we are going to add a top bar. Then we are going to use the scaffold. Okay. So with the scaffold, we have to specify the top bar. Okay. So with the top bar, we are going to use row and then modifier is equals to modifier with okay. Then we are going to use icon. So with the icon, we are going to use the image of the image vector. So we want to use the normal icons we have. So default, then we can use menu icon. Yes. Okay. And then let me move this one. Let me move this one a little bit. Okay. So you can have now here. And then we can also have the tint color to be or so let's add the icon color, that's the tint. Let's make it or let's make it red for now. In case we have to change it, we will do that later. Okay. Now we are having an error here, which we can run our code. It's just telling us that we have to use the padding values. So let's create normal box layout. Let's give this one file size and then padding. We should inherit the padding values here. Now our error here is gone. And let's still add let's run our code and then see if everything is working perfectly before we continue. Yes. So now we have our menu icon here. So now what we are going to do is when the user click on this, we want to open our modal navigation drawer. Okay, so we need to add the on click to it. So let's add modal, course modal dot clickable. Okay, let's give it comma. Then we declare a scope variable here. That's, remember, coroutine here, so we have to use it in order to perform the scope, the click function here. So launch, then we can have draw state dot open. Okay, so now let's run our code. So let's click on it. Yes, now we have our drawable here. Because we don't have any content, that's the reason why we are seeing the transparent background here. So let's add our content to it. Okay, so let's add one content, that's one layout to it, and then let's add text. Let's make it profile. Okay, and then let's add another one, text, and then let's make it settings. So I prefer using the spacer. Yes, so let's make it height, then dp. Yes, so let's make it 5 dp. Let's import the dp. Okay, so let's give this one modifier, okay, maximum background color, let's give it white. Okay, so now let's run code again, and then see if the content here is working. Okay, yeah, so now we have it here. Okay, so now if the user click on back, then the app closes. So today, this is what we are going to look at. Okay, so what we want to achieve is when the user click on, let me launch the app again. When the user click on back here, we are supposed to close the modal instead of closing the entire app. Okay, so for us to achieve that, then we have to use the back handler. Okay, with the back handler, we can control this back button on the device. So we call it back handler. Okay, then you put the cursor on it. It gives you two options, the callback and then the state. So let's click on it to view it. Default is true, so it means that we are accepting the back handler to work. Okay, so we can then close the drawable here, scope launch, then drawables, that's the draw state dot close. Okay, so let's launch our app. Okay, and now let's click on drawable. Let's click on back. You see, now we have our app working perfectly as we want it to be. But the problem here is with this back handler, it's always enabled. Okay, is always enabled. So if you click on back again, our app doesn't close because here we are on the current or the home page. So when we click on the back handler here, we are supposed to close our app, but it's not working like that. So let's handle that one. So for us to handle it, let's turn the enable to false. Okay, and then let's run our app again. With this one, once we open the modal navigation drawer and then use the back, we close the entire app. Okay, so if we turn it true, if we turn it to true as it is as default, if we turn it to true as it is as default, then we can't do anything else. We can't close the app unless we use home, which we don't want our user to have such an experience. Okay, so we have to use the drawable state is opening. Okay, so now let's run our code. Okay, so now let's close it and see. Yes, it worked. So now let's run our app again. Let's click on this. Let's click on here. Now it works too. So let's click on back again, which we are expecting our app to be closed. Yes. So now this is how you can handle the BackPress in your Compose UI app. Okay, and it's not only for the drawable. You can call it wherever you want it. For example, maybe you are writing a small let me say you are writing a small code or a small function, and if the user click on back, you want to perform a particular function again or a particular task, then you can use the BackPress. You can call it as many as you want in your project. So this is how you can handle BackPress in your Android app development. Thank you for watching this video. In case you have any question, please kindly leave it at the comment section. I'll respond to it. And if you need any help, if you need us to do video on a problem that you are facing so that we can provide you a solution, please you can leave it at the comment section and then we will do it as soon as possible. And also, in case you have any suggestions that can help us to make our channel better for everyone, because the goal is to reduce the stress the new programmers go through when they are learning computer programming from scratch. We are showing the shortcuts and the easiest way to achieve the same goal. We welcome your idea and also implement it as soon as possible. Kindly subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video. Bye bye.